BLOOR Hotdocs Cinema in downtown Toronto with producer-director Thymaya Payne of Stolen Seas. How has your concept of pirates changed throughout the making of this film?
I don't know. I think I started out thinking that pirates would be like the most interesting aspect of the film, and I realized at the end they were like probably the least interesting aspect. They're sort of like the entrance point into much larger questions about the world economy and where we are today and Somalia and why Somalia exists and the history of the region. So that was a big surprise for me. I thought it was just going to be like a movie about pirates and I'd be done in 6 months. And actually it's like almost like not even about pirates. Even though there's lots of pirates in it, it's almost, in my mind, it stops being about pirates.
And throughout the making of the film, while shooting, were there any scary encounters or difficult encounters while the cinematographers were out there?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely like a little bit more dangerous than making your average film. I mean, at one point there was one of our shoots where we had 12 armed guards and, like, you know, we're driving around and crazy vehicles really quickly and never driving on the same route because we didn't want people to know we were there, and that was sort of exciting in Hollywood. But I always felt very, very careful, like safe with the people I was with. So I don't know, I never really got scared. It was like always, you were just like very aware of your situation. And but the funny thing is, in like Somaliland, for example, like there's probably a lower crime rate there than there is in, you know, Los Angeles where I live. So it's kind of, you know, it's just like there's the one thing, it's like I might get kidnapped, but everything else is fine, you know. So, and Somalis are really lovely people, and if you're with people you trust, then you're good to go. I mean, they'll take care of you.
And you interviewed some pirates. How did you get those interviews?
Well, the funny thing is like I did meet a bunch of pirates and did some interviews with pirates like in prisons, and then I met sort of informally at like houses and stuff. But I found that a lot of those interviews were really boring because a lot of the pirates were just doing like a press tour, basically, because a lot of people were interested in the subject at the time. And so what I realized is that if I worked with a Somali partner, I would get much more sort of like original and fresh stuff. So I ended up working with this young guy, and he happened to know this group of pirates, and he got on board a ship and got, I think, some of the best stuff in the movie because he just had like a familiarity with them and a looseness with them that I would never have. And that was really fascinating to me, was just realizing that sometimes when you make a movie, the most important thing is to take yourself and your own ego and your own like stuff out of it and just let the movie be made with your partners and people who are making it. Yeah.
And pirates have been really popular recently with Pirates of the Caribbean and different pirate things here in the Western world. What's their response to our concept of pirates? They
love Pirates of the Caribbean as much as we do. I mean, the pirates are like a worldwide phenomenon, and it's definitely, they're very conscious, or they were very conscious of their presence in the media, and we're conscious of the history of piracy and how it relates to us and how they projected themselves to the rest of the world. So that was really fascinating for me, like pirates, real pirates, being very conscious of like making jokes about Johnny Depp. You know, I mean, they knew what would be scary, because what they sort of thrive on is that you have fear that they're going to do something, and that fear is sort of primal, right? So they're like feeding into a sort of image of piracy, not necessarily reality. So they were very conscious of it, and that was fascinating. The world is flat now, you know, and people have the internet and blah, blah, blah. So they're, you know, just as cued in on those social cues as we are.
And what do you think could be done to rectify the piracy situation that's going on?
Well, I think, you know, a lot of things have been done. I mean, the movie was made a couple of years ago, and piracy is on the wane in Somalia, but the larger question isn't what can be done to stop piracy. Piracy is just a symptom of larger problems, right? So the real question is, if you really want to stop these types of things in Somalia and in Guinea and other places where piracy is on the rise, you just have to look at like why people are doing this. I mean, it's just crime. You know, wherever there's crime, like high levels of violent crime, it's usually extreme poverty. And you have to ask yourself why that exists there. And if you really want to stop it and not spend billions of dollars just putting people in jail, you got to like deal with the real issues. You know, you got to deal with Dadaab. You got to deal with Dadaab as a refugee camp in Somalia or in Kenya with 500,000 people just sitting there wasting away in the desert. You know, that's like a hotbed of easy radicalism or crime or whatever, because what else are they going to do? So you know, if you want to deal with it, you got to get to the root issues of it, not necessarily just putting a Band-Aid and saying, oh, we solved the problem of piracy. Piracy is irrelevant.
And you've been screening the film at festivals all over the world. You even won an award. How have audiences been responding to the film?
You know, the funny thing is, like, audiences really dig it, right? Like, you have people come in just because it's pirates. You have people come in because it's Africa. It really has done well with audiences, like, young and old. And I'm really proud of that because I really wanted it to be like a pop movie. I didn't want to be one of these docs who sort of like fall asleep and you're getting lectured to. You know, I wanted it to be something that was informative and intelligent, but also exciting and fun. And I think we've succeeded in doing that. I don't know how, but, you know, I think it's, you know, something really great.
And where's the best place to find out more information on you and on the film online?
We have a site. I mean, I'm in the U.S., so it's stolenseas.com. And then also on the Hotdocs website. And we're also going to be in the CBC on a TV show that I forgot the name of. But on the CBC this weekend, so maybe the CBC website. But stolenseas.com is the first place, for sure.
Well, thank you so much. Congratulations on an amazing film, and best of luck with the rest of the festivals.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, cool.
I'm Katie Uhlmann reporting for Katie Chats here at the BLOOR Hotdocs Cinema in downtown Toronto.